Hey guys, People Close Gamers back to The Flash, Season 3, Episode 8, Invasion. So I assume with the title of this episode here, we're continuing here. This is night 2 of the 4-night crossover here on the CW. So we're continuing with the whole storyline of some kind of invasion that Project Medusa was kind of built for in case it was an invasion on Krypton. Maybe those weird aliens that are looking for Mon-El will play into here. My main interest here is not only I'm super excited, and we had to tie up a lot of Supergirl storylines for night 1 of the crossover. That was right to have the kind of Cisco Barry moment at the end of the episode. That's fine. Probably pissed a lot of people off, but I did like that and how we just dealt with everything we had to do in Supergirl, you know, because after the crossover here, we're getting into all these mid-season finales. So I did like that, but now we're going to get into the full crossover thing. I can't wait for Oliver to meet Supergirl, you know, meet Kara, and I can't wait for John to probably be freaked out. So those are going to be cool moments there. My question, and maybe my concern, the little thing that will kind of annoy me, is it doesn't seem like, it seems like they're just going to take Kara right out of her apartment and that's going to be it. So are we going to, again, not get Alex and John, who are two worthy people who should be part of this crossover? It's only Supergirl is going to go over, while every other main character and side character from all 3 of the other shows are going to be on. I think that's a little bit of BS, but I guess we'll see what happens here going forward. Last time we checked out on The Flash, I think it was the best episode of the season for me, with Killer Frost and whole Caitlin struggling with both sides of her personality, Frost kind of taking over here. We saw a little bit of Savitar and how powerful he is. Kind of the very bland reveal, obvious reveal that Alchemy, it was Julian, but I still like Alchemy as a character, so I want to see more of that going forward, because especially it seemed like he didn't want to be Alchemy. He was being forced into it by Savitar. And then kind of Cisco getting the revelation, getting the knowledge dropped by Frost that it was Barry who really killed Dante. Not literally, but he was alive in the other timeline, and that really broke Cisco for the second time we've seen this season. Even worse this time, and we even seen it at the end of the Supergirl episode where he was very clear that him and Barry are not friends, they're more like work acquaintances. So I want to see more of that. Maybe we can get that resolved here in this 4-night crossover. But I just want a whole bunch of fun, a good story. I want to know who we're fighting. I think we're fighting aliens. I think it's called Heroes vs. Aliens. So I want to see more of that going forward, and I want more Supergirl characters in this crossover. So who knows what's going to happen, but I am beyond excited for this, guys. So without further ado, here we go. Alright, so we're just, we're jumping right into the crossover. We're gonna do like a 24 hours earlier. He is back in the outfit? Oh shit! Who are they trying to corner? Are they fighting each other? Are they possessed? What is happening? Oh, that is a badass title. I like that.
Which is a moment-to-moment reenactment of the particle accelerator explosion.
No!
From the point of view of...
No! People in the city don't want to relive that. It's like a terrorist attack.
It is heading for downtown.
Are we getting aliens on our prime Earth? And that's why we go get Kara? Awesome! I hope that's totally the case. It's Ven the Savage come back to take his power. Imagine. It's a ship. Oh shit! Don't, no, aliens, run, run, not good. Oh, fuck, yeah, of course, every alien ship has to have a shield. I watched Independence Day. Oh, fucking hell. There is aliens on our prime Earth. What the fuck? I understand why you went and got Kara, because she's an alien and she knows what to do. What the fucking hell? That's an invasion. Aliens is right. Aliens is aliens on the Earth. Alright, so a lot of us have been wondering here as viewers of CW, when was our prime Earth finally going to get aliens? That's been the major difference between Kara's Earth, whatever it is, Earth 4, whatever the fuck it is, and our prime Earth here. When are we going to get aliens? Earth 2 didn't have aliens. Earth 3, as far as we know, where Jay Garrick is, didn't have aliens. So when were we going to get aliens? Well, looks like we kind of just got them there. Is that the first ship of many? You know, because I would assume so. If it's an invasion, that was what, maybe 15 guys or so? Now I understood why they went and got Kara, because she's the alien, the only alien expert you know. Classic government spin. Yeah, there's no aliens here. We're lying.
Enough to give Ridley Scott nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I like the reference. That doesn't sound ominous at all.
I don't plan to.
Yeah, go get Kara, Barry. Get Oliver and get everybody. Oh, Barry's saving Oliver's ass once again. Even though he does have Kevlar, so they probably would have been alright. Yeah, John's never gonna believe this aliens thing. Don't throw up! Don't throw up! Ah, damn it, every time.
My life was somewhat normal before I met you.
It's about to get a whole lot weirder, John.
Yeah, but it's...
But aliens!
It's aliens.
Exactly! We gotta come out of retirement.
You guys are just...
There you go. Alright, cool. So that's the little drop ship. This is a cool team up. I am so nerdily excited right now. No.
Because I'm always afraid I'll see weird stuff.
Oh, poor John. Let's go get her. Alright, now we'll grab the end of the Supergirl episode and we can move forward.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was. Too bad they could only just bring Kara.
Supergirl. What makes her so super?
You want to see? Yeah, does that explain it for you, Jax?
I'm convinced.
This is amazing. Goddamn aliens. Yeah, I don't think they're coming in peace at all, despite the bullshit that they say. So when they say the human leader, does that mean they're going after the president here or someone else? But this is possibly the greatest fucking television moment ever right now for me. I mean, just what a team up here. Unfortunately, I don't understand why we couldn't have brought Alex and John over as well, because the more aliens the better, and Alex is a badass and I wanted to see her meet everyone. There's 2 more episodes after this, but it looks like I guess we're just bringing Supergirl, so that kind of sucks that they didn't get to meet Barry or anyone again, but I really like this story so far. Yeah, it's a long story, Felicity.
Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow?
Yeah.
Right, she didn't know that.
Oh my God.
That's good.
Barry says that you're more powerful than a locomotive?
That's an old classic Superman thing, I like that.
It's Oliver. He's got my vote.
She does, yeah, putting a cold shoulder to Barry.
Together, it should be him.
Wow, Oliver going with Barry. Damn.
Okay.
Not your position, Barry. It's not your position. It's Oliver's position. He should be leading.
Against Supergirl, alright?
Are we just supposed to pretend like we don't hear him?
Especially against me.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Oliver is,
Do you not like me?
yeah, he's cold.
He's
Takes time.
bad with everyone. It's going up to.
That's just Oliver. That's Oliver's personality. That's an interesting dynamic between him and Kara.
Where's Snart?
He's dead.
Man, got a hero. A legend.
Yeah, even more.
Wally, what are you doing here?
I guess Barry will miss him in some ways.
I can never make up for that.
Hopefully they can get to some place at some point. I do appreciate Felicity's effort, but she can't fix everything. The message. Maybe this is what the message was.
Make up for everything you've done to everybody, but
Nope, you probably caused this too.
we should be able to up it up.
Talk about a bomb dropping on the team.
Sci-fi problem at a time.
Yeah, I agree with Oliver on this one. Alright. Damn, man. We're dropping bombs everywhere. It's okay. They won't, and not everyone will hate you, Barry. You made stupid mistakes, but he's wondering, is he still married to his wife in this timeline? Who the hell knows? She's tossing them around like dolls. As she should be.
It's kinda hot.
Of course Sarah would be attracted to her. Back off, Sarah. She's got her own things. She lives on a different earth. Thank God Alex isn't here. Who is this guy? But he doesn't seem trustworthy.
You know,
They took the president. They're going to use him as leverage against the planet, probably. Even though why would the rest of the planet care about the U.S. president?
I repeat, Charlie has been taken. The Dominators have the president.
Great. Awesome. Maybe they're capturing other world leaders. Otherwise, honestly, why else would the world care? Just that one leader's taken. It's not like they're going to wage the whole planet just for the U.S. is president there. But if they took all world leaders, then that would make sense. Really cool seeing Kara beat the shit out of people. Sarah, you gotta cool it a little bit. I wanted Alex to come over, of course, but now after she just started her relationship with Maggie, kind of glad that she's not in Sarah's very seductive environment. So that was a little cool moment there. But the big moment is Barry's message. He seems like he's affected everything. I mean, who knows what he did with Stein here, but he's affected everyone he's pretty much ever come in contact with. Maybe he's even responsible for these aliens here, so he really, really messed up. I don't like this team up. Seems like HR is manipulating everyone. Is that a daughter?
I love you, Dad.
I knew it. Oh my God.
Leave now.
Barry, what the fuck? I mean, hopefully this is for the better. She seems like a normal, average woman, but God, Barry, what the fuck, man? Ah, shit, he's gonna hear the message too. He's gonna get even more pissed at Barry.
Sir, you just erased a daughter from my life.
Yeah. Gave you a son, though. Damn.
You'll be here, Oliver.
Wow. He stuck by his dude, though, man. Oliver stuck by Barry. That's very loyal of him. Very loyal, but you can't... I mean, like, in one way, you feel bad for Barry, right? Like, it's a situation where in the last couple episodes, especially last episode of The Flash, now this episode, we have been shitting on Barry. We've basically backed up a dump truck of shit, and we've just dumped it into Barry's mouth. I mean, that's basically what we've done, and forgive me for the crudeness here, but, I mean, it's one shot after another after another. However, as I said in the last Flash reaction, in a way, he kind of deserves it. But... now, are we getting... The question is, and this is not a question of the writing, I'm just saying a question of our characters. Is it to a point now where, yes, a lot of them just found out for the first time. But I'm saying, are we getting to a point where maybe we should just not even forgive Barry, but like understand where he was coming from? Maybe he should explain that a little more. His father was just murdered. He just got to the point where he was okay with his mother's death, and then his father gets murdered, right? He saved the entire multiverse. All of these people, including Kara, are only here because of Barry. And then, yes, he does something so stupid. He changes so many things when he comes back and he fucked everything up. Yes, that is all his fault, but turning it around, despite what the other 40 years in the future Barry said of don't trust Barry, Barry is still a hero at heart, and he has so much optimism, and he tries so hard, and that was such a very tense but beautifully written scene of like seeing everyone find out and then turn against them, especially, Sarah making the point of, she's saying, how hard it is for me, with Dark and stuff, even though she's almost tried to change the timeline several times now so far in the season of Legends. John's heartbreak there, was so bad. And just saying, Oliver, you can stay here too if you want to, stay with Barry. But Oliver's sticking by him. Even Kara's sticking by him, and she doesn't even know him that well. That was such powerful moments right there. I really love that. Use X-ray vision. There you go.
Yeah, he's in there.
How do you know that?
I can see him. Oh, I have X-ray vision.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can see everyone's bits with those little peepers.
Mick,
No,
relax. Yeah, he's so friendly. You guys are getting along well. And Mick takes a lot of warming up to. No pun intended. This is a trap set by the aliens, so have your head on a swivel. Fuck, and now we have Arrow and Green Arrow and fucking Flash are missing.
Think about it.
Oh, this room too. Oh shit. Change the byline.
West down.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Something's changed.
Maybe she dies.
That I could live. Nothing I could do.
Wow.
No choice.
We're bringing back old things.
A sword right through my mother's heart in front of my sister and I.
Yep.
I was there. I was helpless on the ground. I was powerless to stop it. No choice. You do not think that I would give anything to go back and to make things different?
Why we gotta bring up old feelings?
You're not a god, Barry.
No, he's not. He's been hearing that a lot, but his changes to the timeline have more effect than normal people. But that was a powerful scene. Fucking hell, man. Now we gotta fight everybody. It's 2 against everybody. The OGs. Fuck, man. We are in so much trouble. God damn it. Oh, man. The one thing that always annoys me with CW shows in general is these commercials. I understand you gotta pay your way on TV, but like fucking 5-6 commercials an episode for a 42-minute episode is out of hand, especially when it's a crossover here. But, wow. A lot of times in these crossovers, and again, we still got 2 more episodes after this, gotta finish this episode. There's so much we're dealing with that it's very hard to balance and juggle everything. But you want to talk about 2 powerful scenes in this episode. In the sense of Barry telling everyone what he's changed. I don't think he really affected Kara's life, but you never know. And then that scene there between him and Oliver in the time vault or whatever, and Oliver recounting his parents again. wow. I mean, that is incredible. I know they're in a bad situation right now, fighting, the entire rest of the legends, Kara here, and Thea and John and all that stuff. We're in a bad situation here, but we got the OGs going against them, and at least now the beginning is filled in of what's going on. But wow, that was awesome. Taking on the Flyers. Good luck. You got to make it a little more even. Oliver can't take Kara without kryptonite. Cool. Nice shot, Barry. Good work. Triple lightning, except it just doesn't bother Kara. Damn, she's the wild card, man. Oliver fighting John for the first time since the end of season 3. Fighting Sarah. Damn, this is all back in the day stuff. He's gonna have to fight Thea too, probably. Fuck. This is good fight choreography. Love it.
And going all Kill Bill on the both of them.
Awesome.
I can't hold them off forever. I gotta get out.
Wally. No, we need him.
Especially not with Supergirl.
No time for arguing. We need another speedster with Supergirl out there. I agree. Time for Wally.
Get Flash.
There you go. Maybe he'll adopt the name truly. Watch. Fuck. Wally. She can easily kill you, man. This ain't a game out here.
Let's finally see who's faster.
Alright. Cool. He's gonna take her to the salt mines and hopefully use her power to bump into something. Come on, Oliver. Hold on. Oh, cool. The trick arrows this season are not disappointing ever. You know how hard it is to run and carry someone right now? Even the stunt guy doing that, whatever he has on his back, even if it's a dummy, that's very impressive. Oh, yes. Oh my god, CGI, really good, man. Really good. It's old playing chicken with a train. That's his technique right now. Come on, Barry. This is tense. No more arrows. What about the smaller ones? Shit. Shit. Think, Oliver, think. Good fight choreography. Shooting it at night with the flashing lights, it covers up some of the stunt doubles is a good idea. Run that bull right into it. Run her right into it. Come on. Speed, okay. Speed mirage she basically created. Good work, Barry. That was the perfect time to bring that out. Good work, OGs. Good work. Mick is the one that's under the umbrella. That's hilarious. Fuck. They took Sarah. No. God damn it. They're taking are they gonna take them all? Run. Yeah, inside. Run. Oliver, he wants to be taken. No, I think he wanted to be taken because they got taken and he wants to make sure he can save them. Oliver, I think, purposely stood there. Yes. Continued on Arrow. This is great. I love this. Alright guys, so that was my reaction there to The Flash, Season 3, Episode 8, Invasion, and holy god, I mean, where do we even start with this episode? With these crossover episodes, like I said in the reaction, a lot of times we could jumble too many things going on. I thought everything that was in this episode, with everything that they have going on, I mean, imagine how hard, and I've watched some behind the scenes stuff of like, just interviews, not of actually any of the stunts or anything, because I didn't want to know anything. But the interviews of how hard it was to film this stuff. I mean, even though they're all in Vancouver, imagine coordinating these schedules and the stunt choreography, the nights. Think about the writing team in trying to fit every character into having the lines and where they would be and stuff. And I think so far, that being the first full-on episode of the crossover, I think they've done a great freaking job, man. I think assessing it really quickly, and we'll assess it again at the end of the fortnight crossover, compared to the first two crossovers now that we had, it was awesome seeing Barry and Oliver on the same screen the first season, right? Like, officially teamed up and stuff like that, but definitely two separate stories. Then last year, yeah, it was fun seeing them together, but that was a Legends setup. We were launching Legends. There was some weak parts and up and down parts to the story. Throwing in Oliver's kid and stuff like that. But now, I felt that story was so organic. I mean, we took so many pieces from everywhere. So let's just jump into the main points here. I'd say there's 5 main points of the episode. Aliens! Holy shit, it's fucking aliens. I would say See, I struggled with what order I want to put these in because it's a critical thing, I guess. So I guess the second one I'm going to say is Supergirl meets everyone, right? Even though it's not everyone because she met Barry before, she's meeting really Cisco for the first time and everyone else. So I think that's the next main point. I think Flash's message, his future message, and the fallout. That is an important main point to many things and many dramatic scenes in this episode. The fourth main point in the episode is Barry and Oliver. I mean, some amazing scenes between Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell. So great just seeing the OGs together. A lot to talk about there. And then the fifth main point is abduction. Because we had, I don't know how many members, at least 5 or 6 members abducted there at the end. Sarah, I think Jax, Oliver, and Ray got kidnapped, and a few other people. I don't think Kara did. She was scanning the city, so that's going to not bode well for the team here going forward. They're going to obviously have to get them back. Does that mean that next episode, since the Arrow episode, we bring in the new team, or as they call it, the B team? You would think, because Oliver's gone and I guess we'll go to Star City. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen here? But starting with the first main point, guys, it's aliens. I mean, aliens are on our prime Earth. They're on Earth 1. They are here to stay. We don't know. It seems like the impression I was under, and let me know down below, is that Barry has altered some course of events here that maybe the aliens here in the 50s and here now are because of Barry's little change to the timeline. I don't know if that's exactly the case. Does his reach go as far back to the 50s, since his mother wasn't murdered then? She was murdered in what? The late 80s, you would assume, if Barry's like 27 or so right now. How does that work? I don't know. So let me know what you think of that down below. But we've been asking and we've been wondering, not necessarily did we need aliens on this Earth, but why are there aliens, right, on the other Earth? Is that just how it worked out because of Supergirl, and just for some reason aliens exist there and they landed there? And you have to remember, Kara brought down Fort Roz with her, or Brainiac 8 Indigo really brought Fort Roz with her. That's why so many more aliens showed up. But there was alien refugees in John and other people, McGann and a few other people. But why were the aliens there and not here? I don't think that's the case now. And I think going forward, I think in future seasons, maybe not even this season, we're going to probably wrap up this Dominators thing, right? You would assume the crossover, that's the whole point. The heroes aren't going to lose. Doesn't necessarily mean there can't be future storylines spin out from this, but we're going to beat them. That also opens us up now to aliens being maybe season 4, The Flash's main villains or something, or more crossovers with Supergirl. I'm almost positive there's another crossover later in the season. It's a musical crossover. Me and probably a lot of people crossing their fingers here for Music Meister being the villain. That would be amazing. If anyone's seen, I forget what show it was. Maybe it was Batman Brave and the Bold. I don't know. There's an episode where Music Meister is the villain in a very musical episode in one of those animated shows, and Neil Patrick Harris is the voice. It's an amazing episode. So hopefully they could do something like that. But getting back on topic, aliens, I think, could be the future of our Prime Earth shows. It was amazing to see the history of it, that there's something going on here. I don't think they killed the president there. I think that was more like a hologram, but who knows? You know, her Lila's whole kind of contention towards the president not really liking her, going against him. But I do agree, you had to create an aggressive stance here, because look what happened. The aliens attacked first. They seemed to talk through telepathy, which is very Independence Day-like, just like, you know, that they're the parasites and they're trying to kill the Dominators is a very imposing name. Kara has dealt with them. Seems like the exact same aliens, just, you know, different aliens, but in her, on her Earth, you know, same species. She knows about them, so that was very cool. And I can't wait to see more of them going forward, what kind of other tech they have. They're very imposing, but we haven't seen really the teams fight the aliens. We had to go very classic, tropey hero crossovers. Heroes have to fight heroes. It's always has to happen. But it was very, very cool to see that. I like that it was kind of justified in the sense of mind control, classic aliens thing. But it was more a plot device to get Barry and Oliver teaming up together. So I really like that. Want to see more about, hopefully, the history of the aliens going forward. I definitely want to learn more about that. And it gives me so much curiosity for the future of our Prime Earth and aliens. The second main point in the episode is Supergirl meets everyone. I mean, she knew Barry and she said, "Oh, I trust you no matter what, Barry." But really, you didn't know him that long. But it's nice that, you know, she's always the optimist like Barry. They're very akin in that way. But I like how Oliver was the one to kind of give her the cold shoulder. He was a little mad that she was kicking his ass. He is very much the leader. Okay, he said, in a way, having Barry as the leader, Oliver transitioning to him and saying, "No, you're the leader, right? You got this together." True, but it's also Oliver's trust in him and respect towards Barry. That, no, you lead it. But Barry's not that type of person. Not only was that the first time of him kind of being on stage, kind of getting stage fright there, but he doesn't have the experience of Oliver. Even though he's learned a lot of stuff, he's made a lot of mistakes, he's not the tactician that Oliver is. He's not. It's just plain and simple. And having Oliver whisper little things there and, like, you know, wait, should we be listening to him or just pretending that he's not speaking? Hilarious stuff, great comedy, but it's so much drama in this episode. Her meeting everyone was really cool. Her interactions with Mick and him being kind of a little sexist towards her and calling her skirt, which I think Season 1 Supergirl, somebody calls her skirt on there, but that's also a thing that she's been called before in comic books and stuff. It's kind of just a derogatory term. It makes sense that I'm not mad about it. It makes sense that Mick would be the character to do that, and Sarah and everyone else were like, "Mick, like, come on." Like, he's like that old grandfather, old uncle at a Thanksgiving dinner that's, like, saying kind of the borderline racist things or the borderline sexist things. It was kind of like that there. So that was very funny and interesting interaction. I really did enjoy that. I liked Sarah saying, like, you know, after she kicked everyone's asses, kicked everyone's ass and everything, that it was saying that she's kind of hot and stuff like that. Of course, Sarah will have an attraction to her. Kara needs to stay away from her in that regard as far as humanly or alien possible. Sarah is very much the seducer, so you definitely want to stay away from her. She might be able to turn a straight girl there, so good thing that someone vulnerable like Alex is not there. However, I am bummed that Alex and John didn't get to come over. I mean, why can't they play in the sandbox with the other superheroes? Alex is a fucking badass, and I want to see her interact so bad with Oliver and Lila because they're so alike in their mentalities. I totally want to see that. And then John's a fucking alien. I want to see him. He's a superhero. He's got incredible powers. But so that's kind of a bummer. I wonder why they didn't do that. But seeing, Kara, meet everyone and Ray and trying to get everyone's names down, I really, really enjoy that stuff. Felicity kind of geeking out over her. Awesome stuff there. Want to see more of her going forward. It's so great that she's in the CW universe now with this musical crossover, with everything coming. I can't wait for more team-ups. And hopefully, crossing more Earths as Cisco refines his powers and so on and so forth. The third main point of the episode here is an important one. It's one that ties together things that have been going on in Flash, now here in this crossover, and things that have been going on in Legends. And it's, Barry's future message and the fallout of it. It definitely was that scene where Cisco discovered that and kind of outed Barry in a way to the team to make him say and tell everyone what's going on, how much he's changed their lives, was perfect. I mean, it was as well as you could write that. Nailed it. As well written, I guess, as you could write that. It was impactful, but it also didn't feel overdone. It didn't feel too melodramatic. These are big stakes we're dealing with. We're dealing with life-altering things, okay? I mean, we saw how it's affected John in the changing of his kid, how it's affected Cisco's life, how it's affected Wally's, for better or worse, and Caitlin's. How Sarah had a problem with that. You see in this episode how much it affected Stein's life. I don't think he ever had a kid. He has a daughter he never knew about who's probably 20, 30 something. I mean, that could be a good thing, but it's also like, you changed everything. Even though John still has a kid, he is John Diggle Jr. He had a daughter named Sarah after Sarah died the first time. Like, that was a lot surrounding that, a lot of emotion, and like, to go back and, Barry was hurting, as I said during the episode, but, everyone realizing how much their lives can be insignificant, and they don't even know it. How much their lives can be changed, and they don't even know it because Barry is that powerful. he is not a god, as they keep saying, as Jake, told him, as Oliver told him, but he has these godly-like powers, and he has to be very careful what he does with them. And just coming full circle with that future message, and I guess this is the war they were talking about, but it was 40 years in the future, so why was it sent then? Are we going to get a tie-in there? I mean, there's so many questions that makes my head spin of what's going on. Is it not to trust Barry just because he did change the timeline, or is it something he's going to do? We got tie-ins to even... We mentioned a little bit in season 2, but really in season 1, we go back to the time vault, see the article, see that the byline has changed. Does that mean Iris is dead, or that she leaves the newspaper? They don't get married, they break up? What the hell happens? I guess that's maybe a little light of hope there in the darkness for those Snowberry shippers. But what happens there? Are they going to kill her? I mean, obviously spoilers, but you shouldn't be watching this if you haven't seen every show up to this point. Laurel's dead. They blew up that comic book relationship. Me and many other people thought that was never going to happen. That was impossible. Who knows what could happen? I mean, incredible. And the fallout, those powerful scenes. Carlos Valdez is nailing these episodes. I mean, as Cisco, he is nailing his acting. I'm not saying that Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell were top-notch. Melissa Benoist was great. Everyone was great. But the emotion that he's had to dwell up these last couple episodes has been incredible. And full props to him. I think he's done an excellent job. That scene there with the whole team in that hangar is going to be forever impactful for me and going forward in the CW universe as one of maybe my favorite moments. And I know I'm reeling right off the episodes. You're on a high and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to look back at that and regret saying that. Maybe I'll think not as crazy about the episode, right? Or something when I look back on it. But, because it's not like it's like this superior, oh my God, we did things that were crazy. No, it's like we turned our heroes with mind control against other heroes. Yeah, not a unique idea. But the fact of joining everyone together, kind of like an Avengers-like thing, and just having those drama moments fit perfectly. They didn't feel out of place. They didn't feel melodrama. It was just perfect. And I can't stress how much I love those scenes. So please let me know what you thought of that down below. Going into dramatic scenes, it's the fourth main point. It's Barry and Oliver. Their relationship has been arguably one of the most, especially for the limited screen time that they have, has been arguably the best relationship in the CW universe so far. I mean, you have great relationships on the show, throughout our shows. I liked even before kind of the romantic hints between Sarah and Snart. I think that's been great. I think that Stein-Sarah friendship and kind of father-daughter thing that's been developing has been excellent. I've loved that. I've loved Jax and Stein, how they've grown so close because they've had to, but Jax has grown on me so much as a character. I didn't like him when he was first introduced. In Legends Season 1, he became one of my favorite characters in the CW universe, and he still is. On Flash, having, the relationship, obviously, like I said, between Barry and Cisco, Barry and Caitlin, Barry and Joe. These are great relationships. Barry and Iris, they're excellent relationships. Seeing on Arrow, having those relationships of Oliver and Thea and Oliver and John, I think they're fantastic. Have been incredibly well done for the most part throughout these shows. Kara and Alex has been arguably the best relationship out of all these shows, but man, for the limited screen time, Barry and Oliver have just come so far. I mean, they've come so far from being jealous of each other in some ways. They still are of, Oliver being so hard on him, now kind of giving the keys over to Barry in this episode, as I mentioned previously in this review, of just always sticking by him. When the whole team turned against him in that hangar, rightfully so, Barry was the one to go, maybe I'll sit this one out. You guys are right? And we'll talk about this when you come back. And Oliver was the one to say, hey, even to John, who he's so close with, who he's had problems with, we're not this is crazy. We're not leaving without Barry. We're not just abandoning him now. And John and everyone else, especially John, being like, well, you could stay here too. And his just unwillingness to abandon Barry. We've seen that even in the first crossover, that he wouldn't abandon Barry, when Barry was kicking his ass and he got him and snapped him out of that Rainbow Raider trance. We saw he wouldn't abandon him to defeat Vandal Savage with the staff, and the first time he died doing that, when he listened to Barry, and this time the second time he sticked with him, and for this here, it's just further progression that he always sticks by him. They have kind of an ultimate bromance in this show, and having, the plot device of them being, classically mind-controlled, everyone else but Barry and Oliver because of what happened, and having the OGs go against everyone else. Kind of the two original heroes here that have started the universe, at least in flagshipping shows, that have opened Legends, that have opened Supergirl, and all these other heroes and villains and everything that we've been massively treated to as comic book fans and TV fans and stuff like that. Seeing that relationship was great. The fight scenes were excellent. I thought the way they shot them, sometimes in the dark with the flashing lights, so you can cover more effectively stunt doubles, but I didn't even see anything. I thought all the fight scenes were great. The trick arrows were awesome. Barry with the triple lightning. I mean, incredible stuff. And for me, the scene-stealing part of this incredible episode, and I said it in the reaction, was that time vault scene. I touched on it earlier with the whole newspaper thing, but Oliver telling him, Barry, you didn't do anything that no one else would have done. We've seen Sarah try to fuck up the timeline to save Laurel, okay? She's done those things before. We've seen the fallout that's happened, that John protected his family by killing his brother. We've seen, Barry, going back and trying to save his parents there. Cisco wanted Barry to do the same thing to save his brother originally. Grief makes you do weird and irrational things. And Oliver understands that almost better than anyone, arguably. He's also lost both parents, and in horrible ways. Barry's seen both of his parents murdered in front of him, right? Oliver's seen the exact same thing. Both of his parents murdered in front of him, or in this case of his father, he committed suicide, but he's seen both of his parents killed in front of him. He can't get any more relatable. And to have that scene of him telling him that, yeah, you make mistakes, but we move on and life goes forward and changes happen and you have to live with them, Barry, and again, you're not God. Incredibly impactful, and I can go on forever, so I won't, but that was excellent. So let me know what you thought of that down below. And the fifth main point of the episode, not much to touch on here after I've just talked so much, is abduction. So we have about 5 or 6 members there. We're taken, I think, very much clearly. A few of them got taken. They didn't know what was happening. Oliver purposely stood there because some of his team, some of his friends, his family was taken. And he figured, being the tactician and the leader he is, that he can maybe help from the inside if he gets taken. Hopefully they don't get, put into some kind of trance or knocked out as soon as they get on the ship or something. But that was very ballsy, brave, and noble of him. And I appreciate Barry trying to save him there. But I want to see what's going to happen with that. Hopefully we'll get more interaction with the aliens and kind of maybe seeing their backstory with human history, but also with themselves and kind of what they do. It was very Independence Day vibe. Really like that. We're left with a few heroes there. I thought the funny, hilarious scene there with Felicity standing out there with the umbrella, and the person that doesn't want to be in the rain is Mick, who maybe has something to do with his personality, that he's heat and he doesn't want to be cooled off by water there. Kind of a parallel to that, but that was very, very funny. But overall, guys, that's kind of my thoughts here. I know I talked for a long time, but I mean, come on, there was just so much to review in this episode. Let me know what you thought in the comments below here of The Flash, Season 3, Episode 8, Invasion. An incredible episode for me. Yes, there was some basic classic, superhero things of like mind control and heroes versus heroes, but overall seeing everyone together made me so giddy. Seeing Supergirl meet everyone, seeing just some things pay off or storylines continue here with Barry's message and how much Flashpoint has really affected the universe. We said, and I said, you can go back and watch the video of Flashpoint. It was only 1 episode. It ended too quickly. I expected more. Well, they had plans that it's affecting episodes and episodes and episodes throughout our entire CW universe. We didn't realize how much. And they really meant it when a lot of us thought, it really won't affect the other shows. They just say that. No, it has. It really has. and they've lived up to their name, and Greg Berlanti and everyone deserves a round of applause for that, in my opinion. I think they've done great. Let me know what you think of the Barry-Oliver interactions here. All their great scenes, the dramatic scenes there of Barry in the hangar telling everyone about the message. What do you think this means about the message going forward? Is that it? The aliens being introduced here, what do you think is the future of them even after this event here on our prime Earth? What do you think of Supergirl meeting everyone? How long is it going to take Cisco to come around on Barry, if he's ever going to? All the changes here, especially Stein having a daughter, and everyone getting abducted there at the end, and the fight scenes and everything else. Pretty much anything you have on the episode, predictions, thoughts, theories, Easter eggs that you saw, please let me know them down below. As always, no spoilers. But I really can't wait to hear what you guys thought about this episode. Like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next week of The Flash, guys, and next crossover episode here, thanks for watching.